It was supposed to be simple, just a lie. No strings, no real feelings. Just two strangers pretending for a few weeks. So why did it start to feel more real than anything else in their lives? Lena Torres never planned to step back into her sleepy hometown of Westridge Falls, much less with a man on her arm. At 29, she had built a quiet, emotionally guarded life for herself in the city, working as a freelance illustrator for children's books. Her art was whimsical, her heart, not so much. The wounds from a childhood overshadowed by scandal and a long-gone father had never fully healed. Love, to her, was a distant dangerous thing, best admired from afar, like lightning in a storm. But when her younger sister announces a sudden engagement and insists Lena bring her boyfriend to the family reunion, after years of teasing Lena about being emotionally unavailable, she panics. She lied. She said she had someone. She thought it would buy her time. Now she has 2 weeks to find someone to play the part. That someone turns out to be Theo Merrick, a reclusive, down-on-his-luck former stage actor who bartends at a local pub. Theo is handsome, effortlessly charming, and completely jaded by love. A failed engagement, a ruined career, and a family legacy he's been trying to forget have left him untethered. He lives in a tiny apartment above the bar and avoids meaningful connections like they carry a disease. He believes in performance, not permanence. When Lena offers him $500 and a free ride to the countryside for a weekend of playing the doting boyfriend, Theo is amused and intrigued. He agrees, under one condition: no kissing unless absolutely necessary. Neither of them expects the rural charm of Westridge Falls, the nosy but well-meaning townsfolk, or the buried tensions in Lena's family to create the perfect storm for chaos. Pretending to be a couple means touching, laughing, finishing each other's sentences. It means brushing off old rivalries and family scrutiny. It means pretending, even when something in their eyes starts to say it isn't fake anymore. But something else simmers beneath the surface, an unresolved chapter in Theo's past tied closely to Lena's family name. Something neither of them sees coming. They thought they were faking it, until the lie started feeling like home. And the truth? The truth could destroy everything. Personality, reserved, introspective, sarcastic wit. She's a natural observer who keeps people at a distance but feels things deeply. Unique traits, draws her emotions into her illustrations without realizing it. Collects vintage storybooks and uses them to make sense of her own life. Past relationships, nothing serious. A few dating app failures. One almost relationship that ended when she pulled away before things got real. Commitment terrifies her because she's never seen a version of love that doesn't end in pain or betrayal. Occupation, bartender, formerly a celebrated stage actor in London before scandal pushed him out of the limelight. Personality, witty, theatrical, a little broken. He wears charm like armor and sarcasm like a shield. His vulnerability is carefully hidden beneath layers of practiced detachment. Unique traits, has a photographic memory for scripts, quotes Shakespeare when nervous, and keeps a crumpled playbill from his last performance in his wallet. Past relationships, engaged once. His fiancée left him when his career crumbled due to false accusations of misconduct by a rival actor, later disproven. Since then, he's stayed clear of romance, convinced love is just a stage act everyone claps for until the curtain falls. From the beginning, Lena and Theo are emotionally mismatched. Lena craves control and safety. Theo lives in chaos. She fears vulnerability. He treats emotion like an enemy, but pretending to be in love, especially under her family's intense scrutiny, forces them to act out emotional intimacy. They have to hold hands, gaze into each other's eyes, and even share a bed, in a very cramped guest room. The physical closeness starts to wear down their emotional walls. Lena struggles with allowing herself to believe that someone could love her without ulterior motives. She's scared that if Theo sees the real her, he'll leave. Theo feels unworthy of love and fears dragging Lena into the wreckage of his past. He constantly second-guesses his worthiness, especially as feelings begin to bloom. Lena's ex-boyfriend, and the town golden boy Caleb, is now the mayor and takes a strong interest in Theo's past. He suspects something isn't real between them, and he's not wrong. Theo's old theater scandal is known to someone in town, someone connected to Lena's late father, a truth that could unravel everything Lena believes about her family legacy. There's also the looming expiration date. The agreement was just for the weekend. Then one more week. Then, it starts to feel like maybe they don't want it to end, but neither knows if the other is still pretending. It happens on the third night at Lena's family farm, under the stars, after her sister's fiancé jokingly proposes a couple's game by the bonfire. They're all supposed to reenact how they fell in love. Lena and Theo improvise a scene, playful and exaggerated, until it turns intense. The chemistry between them takes over. Their lines blur, laughter fades, and when Theo leans in to kiss her, something shifts. The kiss is soft, slow, real. Later that night, neither of them mentions it, but both lie awake, their thoughts racing. It was supposed to be necessary, but it felt like truth, and it scared them. Lena's mother finds an old photo in Theo's wallet, the playbill from a theater scandal she remembers all too well. She confronts Lena, asking if she knows who Theo really is. The scandal involved not just the theater world, but a silent investor, Lena's late father. Lena is stunned. Her father funded the very production that ruined Theo's career? She lashes out at Theo, thinking he used her to get close. Theo, blindsided and deeply hurt, walks away without defending himself. I was pretending, he tells her, until I wasn't. And maybe that was the real mistake. This moment cracks both of them open. Lena realizes her fear of abandonment made her assume the worst. Theo realizes he doesn't just want to play the part of someone who's loved, he wants to be loved by her. After he leaves, Lena digs deeper into her father's history and discovers that he didn't fund the scandal. He tried to stop it. He believed in Theo's talent and was one of the few who vouched for him privately. He even wrote Theo a letter that was never sent, hidden in a journal Lena finds in the attic. With this revelation, Lena finally understands. Not only was Theo innocent, but her father saw something in him long before she ever did. She tracks Theo down at the local bar. He's about to leave town. She reads the letter to him, trembling. I should have believed in you sooner, she says, tears falling. But I was too scared of something real. I'm not scared anymore. Theo, choking back emotion, simply says, tell me this isn't just another scene we're playing. She kisses him, slowly, then says, it's not pretend anymore. Lena's arc is about learning to trust, to let someone in even when every instinct tells her to run. Her icy exterior melts not because Theo pushes, but because he waits patiently, offering honesty instead of pressure. Theo's arc is about reclaiming his self-worth. From shame and rejection, he grows into someone who believes he deserves a second chance, not just at love, but at life. They both face internal demons, Lena's fear of loss, Theo's fear of being unlovable. But together, they heal, not magically, but intentionally. Each conversation, each small gesture, sharing coffee in the morning, sketching each other without telling, quoting Shakespeare during arguments, draws them deeper into something authentic. By the time they realize they're no longer pretending, they don't need declarations. It's in the way Theo waits for Lena to fall asleep before turning off the lamp. The way she sketches a children's story based on their weekend. Two animals who fake love and find it for real. The final scene takes place 1 month later. Theo has taken a role in a small community theater nearby. Lena sits in the front row, sketchbook in hand. After the play, he finds her backstage. She's quiet for a moment, then pulls out her newest book, The Fox Who Stayed. On the dedication page, it reads, to the one who made pretending feel like home, until it became real. Theo looks at her. Does this mean you're not kicking me out of your life? She grins. Only if you promise to keep pretending, just a little, for the drama. He pulls her close, kisses her forehead, and says, as long as it always ends like this. Ending tone, happy and emotionally satisfying. They don't just fall in love, they choose it. Not a grand gesture, but a quiet, consistent devotion. A love that's grown not from perfection, but from truth. It's the ultimate slow burn. Watching two people lie to themselves about their feelings while everyone else sees the truth is deliciously compelling. Audiences love stories where the heart betrays the head. The very act of pretending accelerates vulnerability. It creates suspense. When will they realize it's not fake anymore? Who will admit it first? Will it fall apart before they can confess? Avoid glamorous, overused backdrops like galas and business deals. Focus on small-town dynamics, family tension, and personal baggage to keep the emotional stakes relatable. Add moral complexity. Theo isn't just a heartthrob, he's a man seeking redemption. Lena isn't just guarded, she's emotionally paralyzed by a broken legacy. Use subtle motifs, Lena's storybooks, Theo's Shakespeare, to weave their emotional journey into the story fabric. Include plot twists that reframe their choices, not just delay them. Lena Torres is on a video call with her mother and younger sister. Her sister is showing off her engagement ring and excitedly asking if Lena will bring her boyfriend to the family reunion. Panicked by years of teasing about her lack of love life, Lena blurts out a lie, of course. He's amazing. The screen freezes. The lie sits heavy. She has no boyfriend. Later that evening, Lena is sketching in a corner booth at a cozy pub when she notices the bartender, Theo Merrick. He's magnetic, with a faded British accent, quoting Shakespeare to a drunk couple. She draws him without realizing it. He sees it, calls her out, playfully. They talk. She learns he's a former stage actor. She jokes about needing someone who can play a role. Then, the idea hits her. Lena makes Theo an offer. $500 and a weekend pretending to be her boyfriend at her family reunion. It's only a few days. No romance, no strings, just an act. Theo's reluctant. He finds her uptight, guarded. She finds him arrogant and theatrical. But something about her offer intrigues him. He agrees, with conditions. They arrive at Westridge Falls, greeted by Lena's overeager family. Her mother is suspicious. Her old flame, Caleb, now mayor, eyes Theo warily. Her little niece, Rosie, immediately adores Theo. Lena watches in confusion as Theo charms her family with ease. He knows how to perform, and he's good at it. The house is packed. Only one room is left, her old childhood room with a tiny full-size bed. We'll figure it out, Theo says. Cue awkward tension. He offers to sleep on the floor, but the bed isn't that small. They share a public kiss after dinner to keep up appearances. It's short, but far too real. Later that night, they lie side by side, backs turned, the silence stretching. Neither of them can sleep. Morning coffee, shared glances, helping her paint a treehouse for her niece. Theo begins to see the cracks in Lena's armor. She's funny, kind, deeper than she lets on. Lena sees Theo isn't just charming, he's hurting. She catches him looking at a crumpled playbill in his wallet. He quickly hides it. Everyone's around a fire. Lena's sister jokingly asks each couple to reenact how they met. Lena and Theo improvise a romantic scene, sweet and theatrical at first, but it turns real. When they kiss, the air sizzles. That night, they don't talk about it. But something has changed. Something irreversible. Caleb corners Lena. You really think this guy's the real deal? He asks. He drops hints that Theo's name sounds familiar. He's digging. Meanwhile, Theo confides in Rosie, the little niece, telling her a story about a fox pretending to be a prince. Rosie innocently says, maybe he is a prince. He just forgot. Lena's mother finds Theo's old playbill, recognizes the scandal. She confronts Lena in private, warning her. Lena, overwhelmed, confronts Theo. He tells her the truth about the false accusations, but she's still shaken when she finds out her father's name is tied to the case. You used me, she says, devastated. This was never about me. Theo is crushed. I was pretending, but then I wasn't. He walks out. Lena returns to her childhood room and finds her father's old journal. Inside is an unsent letter to Theo, stating he believed Theo was innocent and tried to protect him. Her father wasn't part of the problem. He tried to be part of the solution. Lena breaks down. She realizes she let fear decide for her. Again, Lena finds Theo packing up at the pub. She reads the letter aloud to him. He's stunned. No one had ever fought for him, not like this. She says, I didn't know how to be brave. You taught me how. Theo asks, and now? Lena takes his hand. Now I'm done pretending. They return together to her family's farmhouse. Everyone's surprised, but secretly thrilled. They don't put on a show this time. Just quiet, genuine affection. Theo stays in Westridge Falls, begins directing a children's play based on the story he told Rosie. Lena illustrates the script. Together, the small-town community theater is buzzing. Kids giggle nervously backstage in mismatched costumes. Parents crowd into the seats, whispering about how the infamous London actor is now one of them. Theo paces behind the curtain. He's nervous, but not about the play. His eyes search the room. He's waiting for Lena. She hasn't arrived. He starts the show, his voice steady as he narrates the fable of the fox who stayed. The children act out each scene. A fox who lies about being brave, who falls for a gentle sparrow but runs when he's afraid, only to realize that staying was the bravest thing of all. As the final scene plays out, a paper forest with twinkling fairy lights, Lena slips in quietly through the back. Theo sees her, and his voice catches. He finishes the final line, because sometimes, love isn't in the grand gestures, it's in the decision to stay, even when you're scared. Children run around with cookies and glitter. Theo emerges, searching. Lena steps toward him, holding a copy of the illustrated script. I thought it was just a story, she says, softly. But it was us, wasn't it? He doesn't deny it. I didn't know how else to tell you. I'm better at pretending. But with you, it stopped being pretend a long time ago. Lena tears up. I wanted to be safe, to control everything. But love doesn't work like that, does it? Theo shakes his head. No, it's terrifying, messy, wild, But it's real. She pulls something from her pocket. It's the sketch she drew of him the night they met. You made me believe I could feel again. You saw me when I couldn't even see myself. Theo swallows hard. So, what now? Lena smiles. Now we stop acting, and just live. They kiss. This time, not for show. Not for anyone else. Just for them. Theo has opened a small acting school in Westridge Falls. Lena has published her second children's book, inspired by their journey. Caleb finally concedes Lena's heart is taken, and with a quiet smile, backs off. Theo gets a letter of public apology from the theater company that once destroyed him. He doesn't frame it. He just lets it go. Lena and Theo lie on a picnic blanket under the stars. Rosie runs up with a flower crown she made. You're a real prince now, she tells Theo. He chuckles and kisses Lena's hand. I was never pretending with her, he says, eyes soft. She's the real fairy tale. This love story closes on a triumphant, emotionally earned high note. The couple has faced internal doubts, family conflict, and personal scars, and came out stronger, not by fixing each other, but by choosing each other. What begins as deception becomes a deeper exploration of vulnerability. Audiences are hooked by the contrast between what characters show and what they feel, because many of us can relate to hiding behind roles. The story deliberately avoids cliches like billionaires, mergers, or red carpets. Instead, it finds richness in small-town realism, personal failures, and family dynamics, making the love feel grounded and attainable. From Theo's hidden scandal to Lena's father's unseen letter, each twist isn't just surprising, it reveals emotional truths. The story balances tension and revelation to keep viewers invested. Their banter, confessions, and silence speak volumes. The chemistry doesn't rely on physical sparks alone but grows through meaningful conversation and emotional intimacy. Lena stands by the ticket booth, watching the small town she once tried to escape become the place she never wants to leave. She's glowing, not because she's in love, though she is, but because she's at peace. Theo approaches from behind, wrapping his arms around her waist. You nervous? He whispers. Not at all. It's Rosie's debut. I'm just the proud mom with tear-stained cheeks. Theo laughs. And what about the surprise? Still hidden, Lena says, a mischievous glint in her eyes. He frowns. I'm the actor. I'm supposed to do the surprises. You'll like this one, she promises. The lights dim. The kids take the stage. The play is about a little girl who makes two masks, one to pretend to be brave and one to hide when she's scared. But in the end, she throws both away and learns to simply be herself. The final line, after the show, Rosie runs to them and hands Theo a drawing she made. It's the three of them, hand in hand, hearts on their sleeves. Above them is a new title. Lena leans into Theo. I didn't know what to get you, so I gave you what you never had. He looks down, realizing the drawing has a fourth figure, tiny, swaddled in a blanket in Lena's arms. His breath catches. Are we? She nods. You stayed. You loved me through the mess. Now we grow, together. He doesn't say anything at first. He kneels, pulling her hand to his lips and pressing a kiss to her fingers, right where her old scars faded into skin. I'm not pretending anymore, he says. You're my whole truth. Lena and Theo aren't larger than life. They're beautifully flawed. Viewers will see themselves in Lena's guarded nature and Theo's fear of vulnerability. Their love feels real because it isn't perfect, it's earned. The ending is satisfying not just because they're together, but because they've grown into people who can love authentically. The twist of the pregnancy ties the emotional arc to a tangible symbol of new beginnings. 6 months later, the screen fades in on Lena's journal being opened. Her hand flips to a blank page. A soft breeze flutters the curtains. She begins to write, Dear future us, I still remember the first night you knocked on my door, Theo. You had that wild I don't know what I am doing look and a smirk that made me want to slap you, and maybe kiss you. We pretended. We lied. And yet, every fake touch taught me what real love could feel like. This house is full of laughter now. You hum when you cook. Rosie's always talking to her baby brother. And I've stopped waiting for the other shoe to drop. You gave me more than love. You gave me the courage to show up without armor. And I know now, we weren't pretending. We were preparing. Just as she closes the journal, she hears Theo's voice from the garden. He's holding the baby in one arm, trying to teach Rosie how to build a birdhouse. They're making a mess, laughing louder than necessary. Lena watches them for a moment, her heart so full it aches. But just as she's about to join them, her phone buzzes. Hey, Lena. I saw the play. You were brilliant. I need to see you. I think I'm ready to tell you everything. She stares at the message. It's from Jordan, the man she ran from, the man she thought was part of her past, the man who broke her once, but might still have a piece of the truth she never uncovered. Lena looks out the window again, her present filled with light, and then at her phone, the past, unfinished. She deletes the message, not out of fear, not out of denial, but because some stories end where others truly begin. She walks outside, barefoot in the grass, and wraps her arms around Theo's waist from behind.